Better late than never, but here is the book I read in May. And I won't have anything for June because I didn't finish any books in June. I'm reading a longer book right now, and due to my anxiety, which sometimes makes it difficult to read, my reading pace has been slower. But I read one book in May on Ralph, my now defunct 2011 Kindle. So I guess this was the last book I read on here. I can charge it up and read whatever's already on here. I just can't download onto it anymore. And I have a new Kindle that I have to get up and running. But I read one book on the Kindle, and it was Anna's Bear, 5 Days of Moral Conflict and Pursuit, Nazi Germany, 1939, by O.W. Shoemaker. Or it might be O.W. Schumacher. I read this book from April 6th to May 20th. Now, that is both due to anxiety making it hard to read, but it was also just a very uncomfortable read, and I could only read it in short spurts. But I give it 5 stars. And yes, I downloaded this as an Amazon Prime free read back on August 31st, 2015. This book's synopsis is a little all over the place, and I have my laptop here so I can read it to you, but bear with me as I jump around to try to consolidate it. It says, Germany, 1939. Young Inga Salzer hardens her heart and prostitutes herself to the Nazi Lebensborn program, which drives towards the expansion of the Aryan race. Now, pregnant by an SS officer, she proudly anticipates offering her sacred child of good blood to the Third Reich. 15-year-old Max Drexel immerses himself in the brutal sports of the Hitler Youth and absorbs its worship for the Fuhrer and of nature. To further his career ambitions, Stefan Lindemann drifts towards an embrace of positive Christianity, which mingles the traditional gospel with the ancient gods of Nordic mythology. There is nothing that can bring such wildly different people together, or is there? 2-year-old Anna Drexel comes down with meningitis and is taken by the family doctor to his special clinic. It is there that the agonizing battle for Anna's life expands into a raging war for the hearts and souls of Inga, Max, and Stefan. So we have 3, 4, and some side characters, which bring us up to 7 or 8 different people who are all brought together, who had very limited contact with one another prior, but they're all brought together because of Anna and her illness. And if you are not familiar with this time in history, we were not just trying to eliminate the Jewish people, but also anyone who was just not picture perfect, be it in health, be it in lifestyle choices, etc. And that also meant if children were not in perfect health and suffered either from an illness that would render them into adulthood to not be perfect, or if they were born not perfect, then they were also eliminated and used for research. So you can see that in of itself is a very uncomfortable topic. It's a hard topic. It's a hard topic to read, just whether you are a parent or not, but at least as a parent, it stung hard. And everything about this was uncomfortable. And that's how it's supposed to be. If you close this book feeling like you need a shower because you just want to wash away everything you just read and everything you just witnessed while reading, then this book did its job. And that's how I felt. And it's amazing to read about the brainwashing and how people blindly would follow something, even at the expense of their loved ones. But was also refreshing was to see those who saw finally what was wrong and what they did to make sure they got out of it and got who they could out of it. And I wanted a happy ending. Like, I wanted the picture perfect, candid ending. And you got a satisfactory ending, but I wanted it to be better. But that wouldn't have been realistic. I guess even some could say this ending is unrealistic. But after everything that went on, I really just wanted something brighter and happier. But that's not life. So I wholeheartedly recommend this book. And it is a harder read, and that's okay. That's sometimes what we need. We need refreshers on history so that we can see it if and when history repeats itself. So I highly recommend, if you can get a hold of this book, to read it. But all right, that wraps it up. So I hope you are enjoying whatever you're reading, and until next time, happy reading.